nervous, worried, rattled. These are some of the words that Bills fans are using. Stevie Johnson, is there cause for concern with what we've seen the last couple weeks?
No, there is no cause for concern. This is still a great team, and we're causing turnovers on defense, and the offense is moving the ball. No cause for concern at all, Chris.
Fine, we're going 17-0. There is no concern for this team.
This is Broken Table. Hein, Tekeyah, Stevie, and gotta say, love the passion to get banging the table to start it off. And
yes.
And honestly, I kind of agree with you guys. I mean, but here's why I don't think there's any cause for concern. I think you look at the last two opponents. First of all, Dolphins on a Thursday night. Thursday night, you just want to escape, get the win, no one's hurt. But last week, no Spencer Brown, no Matt Milano, no Ed Oliver.
Yep.
And I think we saw it on the offensive line. Spencer Brown being out, legit big difference. Josh was getting pressured more than we'd ever seen before. Mm-hmm. But I think if these were big games, these guys would have been fine and they would have been playing. So we knew the level of competition, kind of yep, let these guys rest up. These games, it's still September. Everyone take a deep breath. That's why I don't think there's any cause for concern.
They're 4-0. You can't be concerned about a 4-0 team. They're finding ways to win. They're depleted a little bit not depleted, but they have 5 guys on defense that aren't there, like you mentioned.
Yeah, so Max Hairston too. Hairston,
rookie,
who was expected to be a starter, also hasn't played yet.
So you have a few people who are off on defense, and when those guys come back in, I think you'll see a bit of a different defense there.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to say Spencer Brown. I want to give credit to a couple groups. I'm going to say Spencer Brown first off. Pro Bowl is definitely going to be in the future for him after seeing the pressure that was allowed, on Josh Allen. Previous weeks, we didn't see pressure like that from any team, and that gives credit to that entire offensive line group. But when Spencer went out, it was another type of pressure. I want to give credit to the New Orleans Saints also. That defensive line was great. Carl Granderson, Cam Jordan, they play like vets, and they play like healthy vets. So it was as expected for them to come in and play physical and give the Bills a challenge. But the Bills definitely persevered, and that's what we like to see from our Buffalo Bills to go 4-0.
I think, Stevie, I think you nailed it there. The Bills O-line is one of the best offensive lines in football. I think the best offensive line in football. And I knew Spencer Brown was really good. I didn't realize he was that crucial to everything because Josh was kind of running for his life. But the Saints are still playing hard, and the Saints looked very good. But going back to Tequilah, what you said originally, that offense is still going to get you 30 plus every single game.
Yeah, Josh, James Cook, they're going to get you Khalil Shakir.
Yeah.
Keon Coleman's looking good.
Yeah, Shakir, this was Shakir's best game by far. That touchdown was unbelievable.
That was crazy.
But yeah, as long as they're doing just enough. And I think that comes back to coaching too, that they know exactly what is needed to just get you over the line. And it's this is a marathon. This isn't a sprint. It's still September. Do enough to win those games and just move on to the next one. That's it.
I think a lot of people are concerned about the run defense, and it is a little bit concerning, but the defense is also getting turnovers.
Yeah.
They're forcing fumbles on Derrick Henry.
The Cole Bishop interception.
That INT, the one, oh my gosh. They're still making plays on defense, and they're going to get some guys who are fresh and healthy back soon.
Well, so Stevie, question for you. One thing that really jumped out to me when I was looking at the stats this morning, they're allowing more rush yards per game than pass yards per game. They are the number 1 defense in the NFL against the pass and second worst against the rush.
Yeah.
Just to look at a stat like that is perplexing.
Yeah, and I like it, but I like it because they'll evolve and be better. It'll become more balanced. I like the fact that they're shutting down the pass because that's really when the wind get knocked out of our system, when they complete a 5 or 6 or 7 yard pass or a deep bomb on the Buffalo Bills. It's it was 3rd and long and we gave up this pass. So to see them being able to clamp up is great. Now with the run game, it's a little bit skewed because week 1 was crazy. Derrick Henry had a monster game, the quarterbacks, and then Spencer Rattler even went off and became a runner.
Runs.
Yeah, so, it's kind of skewed in the sense of, teams are, the Ravens, we got to take them for account, and then other teams, they're doing different things when they play against the Buffalo Bills, the mighty Buffalo Bills. So they're playing their best game. And I think the Bills will definitely get better considering we'll have more healthy guys coming back on the defensive line, considering our suspended guys.
Well, the suspended guys and Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver is crucial to that defensive
so
line.
huge, yep.
And Stevie, the Jets game too. Justin Fields ran for a lot of yards. So like you're right, there's a lot of factors going into how that rush defense has been bad. But if you look at the design of the team, Buffalo's going to be out in front of most teams they're playing. Oh. So if you're ahead of teams, does it really matter if you can't really stop the run when you're going to have to pass to get back in the game anyways?
Yeah, I was talking in the office with a bunch of guys about that exact point. Yeah, I don't know.
That's the thing. It's the way they play, it might not matter. Yep. And especially when you get to the playoffs, we're going to talk about the Ravens later. Ravens might not be there. So that might matter if you can't stop the run depending on who you're playing. But let's talk a little about the offense. We said it again. Once again, I think that's first team to score 30 or more in their first 4 games in back-to-back seasons. Josh was amazing, but once again, James Cook, and the debate, is James Cook top 5?
Yes.
James Cook looks like one of the best running backs in football, and this was different than most games because he hit 100 yards without breaking off the huge one. I think this was his first game of hitting 100 yards without putting a run over 15. So, like, this was between the tackles and hard running. I love what I saw from James Cook.
In the preseason, everyone was like, oh my gosh, he's holding out. He's doing this. He's doing that. Get rid of him.
Yeah.
So worth the wait. So worth the money. So worth it.
Yeah, honestly. Like what I didn't understand even the hesitation. Like this kid was doing things and he wasn't even breaking a sweat. You know, like this past week just showed it. Like you said, he had 100 yards and he didn't even have a major play. It was just showing that he can be a physical back and he's smooth. He's not even trying hard. Like the money he was asking for, that might have been even a deal. You know, I don't think he even expected what was to come now. But like we said, I feel like he's going to surpass the 16 total touchdowns that he had last year, which was already amazing. I'm glad that he's on our team, and I'm glad that we have this balance of a team to, you know, be able to look as if we're struggling, but still carry 30 points on each team. So that's a blessing for this community.
Cook is doing this despite only playing not the highest snap rate.
Right.
And being said, it's like we are trying to win games in December and January. So like, why do I need to run James Cook into the ground right now? Yeah. They have a great running back room. Ty Johnson and Ray Davis, both really good players. They almost need to Ray Davis needs to get more work.
Yeah, he's not.
And like, you got to save James Cook, but Cook is doing it.
Yes. Hey, you right. And I feel like the same thing with the receiver room. Last year, y'all know I was heavy on, everybody eats the Keon and those guys will come along. But now how I'm seeing things play out, how you feel with the running back room, we can get Ray and Ty more balls. I think we need to push Eli and Josh a little bit more, you know, because later on it's going to pay off when they're comfortable and they know they can do certain things because they put certain things on film. And it's saving Khalil, it's saving Keon from having to deal with the stresses of, am I top tier every week? Like, look, we got Josh getting 80 yards or 60 yards. We got Eli getting, you know what I mean? It's like, it's balancing the team out for later. So, yeah, we on the same vibe with that from the running back room to the receiver room.
And you saw some of that with Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel was a healthy scratch the start of the year. He came in, made a catch, work these guys in, keep everybody fresh because, like we said, it's September and you're not really playing. You're not playing great competition at this moment. Right. One thing, it's funny with the Bills offense and people being off the top, like people are being nervous, concerned. I understand being a little nervous about the defense. And like, as we've said, once those injured guys, suspended guys, everybody comes back, the defense will round into form. But I have no idea why anybody is criticizing this offense. The only thing I could say, and I'll give a shout out to my Basketball Island co-host, Fabio Lucarini, who says this about the Boston Celtics. Stevie with the jumper. Sometimes they will play with their food a little bit. And they might try to get a little too cute. You saw it with that 4th down run to Shakir. But like, if one guy makes a block, Shakir's gone for a touchdown on the play at the same time. Yeah. If you watch the all 22 of that, it's like, no, that's about to open up to something big. Maybe, they can get a little cute, but you're still scoring 30 a game. And like, these games are never in doubt. Like, even though the Saints are driving, any Bills fan was not worried about that game.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think they were pretty close in the third and no one was really expecting that. But I don't think that there was any concern there. They're playing with their food, as you mentioned. And also, the first few, their schedule is not that difficult.
It's a joke. So just call it what it is.
I was trying to be nice. Yeah. But you have a little wiggle room.
Yes.
Get some of the guys their reps early. Yeah. And then you have a complete team a little further down when it matters and it's really super important in December, January, like you were saying.
Could not agree more. And Stevie, I think that's a perfect setup, Tekeyah, because if you're looking at this Bills team and sort of what they're doing with that, do you think they're, I don't want to say like holding something back, but are they maybe trying to like not put stuff on tape and sort of, yeah, like, no, I'm going to say it. Sorry, I said I wasn't going to say it. I'll say it. Are they holding a little bit back with some of these easier opponents?
Man, I don't think so. And I don't think they should have that mindset. I think there's too many players on the team to get comfortable to be, holding back. Everybody in the league understand that these playbooks are similar, depending on the type of coach that you have. So like you're not really holding things back. I think they're, like you said, playing with their food. That 4th and 2, it was a pretty play and it would have worked, but you need everything to be perfect to do those pretty things when we know we can line up with the guys that we have and put Josh in a read option situation to run it, hand it off, or pass it, to the flats or wherever.
Or just James Cook between the tackles. Like that, that also could have worked there. Okay, let's look ahead to Sunday night. Well, the Bills were gifted. Hey, Bills fans, you had your 1 o'clock home kickoff. I think you get another one against Tampa coming up. Me, as a season ticket holder, I love those. Unfortunately, wasn't able to go Sunday, but it looked like a beautiful, beautiful day in Orchard Park. But Sunday night against the Pats, Tekeyah, what's your feel going into Sunday night? Pretty big spread. So
yeah, what is it, 8.5?
8.5.
But the thing I think is it's a divisional game, prime time. Those can get really weird, but Drake Maye is a good quarterback. Yeah. He's not bad, and he doesn't have many weapons around him, and what he's doing without the weapons is kind of like what people were saying about he's not as good as Josh Allen.
Yeah.
But
the comparisons are there, though. I get it.
The comparisons are there, and but the thing is, the Pats haven't faced a mobile quarterback. They haven't faced a Josh Allen, and Josh Allen's in his own league of mobile quarterbacks. So we'll see what happens. Divisional games could get kind of weird, but we'll see. It's
funny. Last year going into the Texans game, the big talking point going in was, the Diggs return. No one seems to really even be.
No one cares.
But Diggs looked really good.
He did.
Diggs looked good last week. I like Drake Maye too. He still does kind of make that one boneheaded play per game, but whatever. It's a young quarterback. Stevie, what do you think? Are the Pats going to put up a fight on Sunday?
I'm looking at them as a talented team and a competitive team. I think they will put up a fight. I do feel I'm with Tekeyah on this. Having Josh on our team he's just another level. He's got to bring another element. However, the Pats, they do put up a fight and they have that talent around. I'm going to take the over because I think it's going to be a battle in that divisional matchup. They're always tough. We'll see how things play out though.
Well, let's just look ahead to the schedule, and you guys stop me and tell me when you see the loss. And Tekeyah, sorry, I know this is stepping on a video you and Chris Breda already did for social, but Patriots Sunday, then at Falcons Monday night, then the bye, at the Panthers, November 2nd Chiefs. And that's at home. No one's stopping me, so I still don't see a loss here. At the Dolphins versus the Bucks at home. To me, that is where I think they potentially slip up. Is that Bucks game?
We chatted about it. I think the Bucks is where they potentially get that L.
Stevie, still no loss for you? You're not saying anything. Okay, I'll keep at Texans, at Steelers versus Bengals, at Pats. Stevie, I'm just gonna ask you: are they going 17-0? Is that kind of where your head's at here?
I'm waiting for that Philadelphia week.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. At Browns and then December 28th. Versus Eagles. That's your loss?
Yeah. It's really late. If both teams are healthy, I'm going to go with the defending champs respectfully. And then, the Bills to finish off the Jets to end the season. And then we meet up again with the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl.
You've been consistent with that. You've been calling that all year. I will say this, that may take a little steam out of that. That Eagles game might not mean anything. That's the problem. With the way the AFC is lining up right now, that may not, although
That's week 18?
That's week 17.
17.
So if the Bills are 15-0, it'll mean something as you want to try to go undefeated. But
the interesting thing about it is if the Bills do go, undefeated, they'll be thinking about, hey, this is our home field. Do we want to continue this unbeaten streak there? So now, I can't say Philadelphia, when that game happened, considering what we see who play on the field.
It's interesting. I know we're looking ahead. This just shows the arrogance of Bills fans that we're looking ahead to week 17 against Philly and if they're undefeated. But interesting matchup because you have such a great D-line against an amazing O-line, but you also have a Saquon Barkley and an amazing rushing attack against a defense that can't really stop the run. So whatever.
And two rushing quarterbacks.
We got a lot of time to we'll break that one down further in December. But let's transition to the rest of the league because some fallout from that Ravens-Chiefs game. And let's start with Baltimore. The injuries are mounting up. They lost Ronnie Stanley, Marlon Humphrey, Lamar Jackson, Roquan Smith, all crucial players, all left that game. Matabuke, who this was before, we know he's out for the year. Huge loss at defensive tackle. We still don't have an update on Lamar, but
Right.
the Ravens are now 1-3, but still somehow favorites in that division. Are we concerned about the Ravens,
Yes.
or is that division so bad that it won't matter and they're still going to make the playoffs?
Well, that could happen, but as a team, I am worried about the Ravens. Like you said, they have no Lamar. They can't stop the run. They can't run themselves. Well, Justice Hill did okay, but like Derrick Henry,
They also can't tackle.
They can't
They're
tackle.
missing
The
tackles
defense is
everywhere. They're
bad.
not getting any pressure.
defense is terrible.
Yeah.
And their offense is kind of crawling.
So
what
just
it seems.
Stevie, before I bring you in here, I will say one thing to last year. Last year, the first 5 weeks of the season, that defense was not very good.
Yeah, I remember
And
that
then
conversation.
they made some changes. They moved Kyle Hamilton, moved back to safety. They kind of tweaked some stuff, and then that defense became one of the best in the NFL.
Yeah.
So Stevie,
Yeah.
through 4 weeks, are you worried about the Ravens?
I am worried about the Ravens, but that's what makes this game so beautiful, and it's the thrill of the unknown and being able to evolve your team. Is your team going to evolve, or will they fall off and be prepared for next season? I think the Baltimore Ravens are a team that's ready to evolve and continue that power and that dominance in that division. The benefit for them is, hey, the division is pretty weak, so they may limp into the playoffs. And if Lamar can get healthy, Derrick Henry can, not give up the ball. Same with Lamar, then I think they'll still be a threat. However, I am concerned about that team overall, and I don't think no one's really afraid of the Baltimore Ravens anymore, Chris.
Yeah, and I think to your point of people or their defense, the first couple weeks last season wasn't good. They went and they were the best defense in the league. Then they fell short in the playoffs when it mattered. So is that going to happen again this season? Are they even going to get better for the last few weeks of the season? Who knows? I don't know. It's tough.
To me, it's all on that division. And yes, they've looked really bad right now to start the year. Well, not even really bad. They've had bad moments, but who is going to dethrone them? There's no Burrow. Like, who's
Yeah.
going to dethrone them in the NFC, in the AFC North? So as long as you get in, I will still be fearful of the Ravens because they just got to get in. They have the players on that defense, and we know that offense is still one of the best in football. So I am still afraid of Baltimore, and I don't think they're in that much trouble because the division is so weak. And now, whatever, Steelers fans, get at us in the comments. Like, yes, you're probably be 9-8, and you're probably gonna make the playoffs, but I don't think that'll make a difference. And you'll win that
Just
division.
not finding ways to win. They're finding ways to lose.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter against the Bills.
The Chiefs, though, what about them, though? They worry me. I'm not
Okay,
gonna lie.
Agreed.
So Stevie taking on not only is he a star wide receiver, but he's also taking on host duties by finding the perfect transition point because you're right. The Chiefs look alive. And let me just give you some numbers here because this is insane. Patrick Mahomes' career versus the Ravens, 5-1 record, averages 340 pass yards a game,
Per game?
17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 340 a game. Patrick Mahomes owns the Ravens, and the deep ball was back.
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy made a big difference, and that offense looks alive again. It's looked like an offense we hadn't seen in a couple of years from them. So Stevie, was it all Worthy, or did something unlock in Mahomes because of Worthy?
No, I think it's just that battle between the Chiefs and the Ravens, the Mahomes and Jackson, MVPs. And, Mahomes bring it every time, just like the Ravens would like to. Mahomes used this Ravens game as a boost for that team. And I'm not worried about them throughout the regular season. However, if they continue to evolve like this, they're going to be a problem in the playoffs, and we'll have to link up. So that's what I'm looking at, not the regular season matchup, the playoff matchup.
Yeah, that's the one we're all afraid of.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, same thing. Chiefs could be 9-8 and limp in, and I'm still going to be worried about them, even if it's coming to Buffalo. When you see a guy like Worthy, though, with Mahomes, what does that deep ball element bring to that Chiefs offense? Because it seemed like it unlocked everything else.
I agree.
It gives a great element. However, I feel like our DBs are aggressive. They're competitors. How do I challenge that, or how do I compare that? Look at the LA Rams. When they played against the Philadelphia Eagles, they were up in a game because of their offense, who I feel like is similar to the Buffalo Bills. But their defense was catchers. They wasn't aggressive competitors. Christian Benford, Cole Bishop, Taylor Rapp, all of them, those guys are aggressive. No matter if it's a good play or a bad play, they're still aggressive and they're coming downhill. Trey White, But with the LA Rams, they was catching everything, so that was giving Philadelphia the momentum to come back. And I think our team, they don't really mind if you have a deep threat or not, because we're not scared, and they've shown that they aren't scared. Christian Benford's attitude, all that plays into it. So Xavier Worthy won't be the only threat. It's when you wake up guys like Thornton, and then you got Isaiah Pacheco finally getting his groove, and then you got Kareem Hunt, he's becoming a bowling ball again. It's like, okay, now they have more than just one player. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, and I think it's going to be beneficial when we do meet them in a regular season to when we go on and hopefully meet them in the playoffs.
I can't disagree with a former player on what that effect has, but to me, it looked like the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes got way more confident when Worthy came in. And not only does the winning that game and the way they played boost their confidence, Worthy boost their confidence, they're getting Rashee Rice back.
Yes. Yeah.
They were working with a really patchy offense before Worthy came back, and they didn't look so good.
I'm a little scared.
Yeah.
Through the first 3 weeks, I'm like, you know what? This might be gone. And then it's like, Mahomes look like Mahomes again.
Yep.
And whatever, famous last words for me doubting him. But let's transition to another receiver, because Stevie, you are the perfect guy to talk to about this. The AJ Brown drama in Philly is back again. 2 catches, 7 yards. They got the win. And he did have 9 targets, but after the game, AJ Brown tweeted this, and we'll bring the tweet up, and I'll give this a read. He tweeted, "If you're not welcomed, not listened to, quietly withdraw, don't make a scene, shrug your shoulders, and be on your way."
Read a book.
So the drama is back in Philly. When you see that from AJ Brown, what are your thoughts?
Light drama. It's definitely drama for sure, but it is light to me. When you look at it from the outside and you say 2 for 7 for AJ Brown, oh yeah, he's going to be upset at that, because that's pathetic numbers. I mean, come on now, 2 for 7. But then when you watch that game, though, you see the pressure that the Bucs was putting on to the Philadelphia Eagles. And it wasn't giving Jalen Hurts a lot of time to really sit back and look and wait for AJ Brown to get open. So he had to use his other pieces, and the offensive coordinator had to step in and do things for Jalen. But when you talk about what he posts, okay, I'm 50-50 on it. Do you have to post it? No. But when you do post it, hey, it could have been so much worse. And him saying he gave his point, et cetera, et cetera. If they don't listen, okay, shrug your shoulders and carry on. That's good. That's showing a sign of maturity in the era of digital technology and, digital entertainment, I would say. So I'm cool with it. I'm glad it's not hey, I'm about to, go crazy. I'm ready to get traded and et cetera,
Like
all this and
Tyreek
that.
Hill.
Yeah, Tyreek, I'm glad it's not that. So he's showing he's being a professional, and he just got to understand, man, like sometimes you're just a sacrifice, and that's good. If your team go continue to win, you want that, so he'll figure it out. I'm not too concerned.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team game. They just won the Super Bowl. You think you'd be happy, but Stevie, does you're padding your stats or having stats, is that important as a player? Like, you want to have those stats because it's at some point when you get traded or when it's time your contract's up, it's your money.
Yeah, good question. That's a percentage of it. However, I feel like in this time, you see, obviously, your teammates getting points. I don't think that should be an issue now after, being on that team for a while. But anyway, that still plays into it. So you also have the online, because he's tweeting and posting on X. So you got people that's hitting his messages up saying, hey, bro, you're not giving me nothing on fantasy. Like, come on, I'm about to drop you. And, so all of that plays in. I just feel like maybe he can entertain the entertainment more. Don't take it so serious, and just continue to collect the dubs, because you in a beautiful position.
Why so serious?
Well,
let's go back in time though. Say this is 15 years ago. Stevie Johnson has 2 catches for 7 yards and a win, versus Stevie Johnson has 8 catches, 150, a touchdown, and a loss. Which one are you happier about?
So again, it plays into it. Is different. Is our team winning? Because is this just our 5th win and we're not a prominent team, then I want the big numbers. I'd rather have the big numbers. But if I'm on a team like, let's say the Patriots, where they was dynasty team, and I got 2 catches, 7 yards, and we get the win, I'm cool.
Yeah, that's a great answer, because I guess if you're a Super Bowl contender, it makes a big difference, right?
Exactly. If we figuring it out how to win, it's like I need more. Like, this not enough for me, because who knows what's going to happen in the next few weeks. And if I'm showing this right now, I'm double thinking,
That's an interesting perspective because, like, if you're on a bad team, you're probably just like, I need to put good stuff on film so that I get my next contract, so I can get paid and I can get to a good team versus, if I'm already on a winning team, this is what Stevie Johnson gives you. That is a great, insightful answer. Love that. Okay, let's look ahead to Thursday night because we have a really, really good game with the Rams and the Niners, but we might not see Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
They might be missing a couple receivers. Oddly enough, the one guy who is healthy is Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And we got a pretty big spread too. The Rams are 5.5 point favorites. But even if there's no Purdy, I feel like these two teams are always going to play each other close.
Yeah, do we know the status of some of the 49ers guys?
So
I know,
questionable. It's still too early for at this time to know.
Yeah.
But from what I'm seeing, it looks like a 50-50 on Purdy, and he's questionable.
Right.
But that could change by the time you're watching this. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for Purdy to be a competitor and not I'm looking for him to be a captain, not a competitor. Like Purdy needs to sit down, in my opinion. He needs to sit down, and Mac Jones needs to continue on with this team for this season right now until something happened to Mac. But I think he's the guy to lead this team now. Purdy, he's good. He's a great talent. I know they signed him for a lot of money. However, he's still dealing with that injury. The injury is his turf toe where he can't even put full pressure on his throws. As you've seen, he threw interceptions or whatnot, and they were high. It's because he's not stepping into his throws. So, I just hope he become a captain and understand, hey, maybe I should just take myself out and let Mac continue with this team right now. That's the vibe.
And I think, too, when you're the Niners who have aspirations bigger with winning, like trying to win the Super Bowl, Mac can give you, if you need to sit down and like get 100% and miss 3-4 weeks, I think Mac Jones, especially with Kyle Shanahan calling the plays, can carry you enough and then get Purdy healthy.
Yeah, and the Rams are a really good team, and you have Puka Nacua on, and they could be 4-0.
Yes, if it wasn't for these crazy block kicks.
Yeah, these
both of those teams.
Weird block kicks, yeah.
Okay, let's go to our best bet because Stevie Johnson, let's bring up the standings. Last year has just continued. People called it a fluke when you dominated, but you're 3-0 again.
Oh
and that's not even counting. You're giving us basically a Keenan Allen touchdown bet on your ways every week that are also hitting. So you can start it off. How are we getting to 4-0 this week? I think you kind of teased it earlier with that Bills-Pats game in the total.
Yeah, and this one I usually don't do this and go with an over, especially considering the Bills are going against the Patriots. But I actually want to see some entertainment. I want to see our defense get tested more, and I feel like the Patriots is the team to do that as far as Drake being able to throw it throw it and run it. So I'm going to say over on the point total. I'm going 50.5. I'm taking the over on it. Buffalo Bills to get the dub, but I believe the Patriots will score at least 17, maybe 20.
And that actually perfectly aligns with Tekeyah's bet.
It is. I'm also betting with my heart and with Stevie. I think the team total over for the Bills.
With what, 30.5?
30.5, and they've gone over that through 4 weeks. They've gone over that in every game so far. So,
yeah. I think I'm with both of you. I've been betting these Bills team totals pretty much every week.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Because that's the one thing. Look, I love betting props. This Bills team is really hard to bet props on.
Yes.
Like, it's hard to guess who the guy is. And it's like, even through the first 3 weeks, we're like, oh, Kincaid is at least going to always get his. And then Kincaid, he made one crucial catch for a touchdown.
Yeah.
But, like, that was it. There was no, like, I bet his receptions, lost on that bet. But, yeah, that's a Bills team total because with everybody eats, I can't trust anybody with props except for Cook. Yeah. So, yes, the team total is a good one. For my best bet, I liked what I saw from the Dolphins last night. And I'm plus 1.5 against Carolina. Why is Carolina laying points against anybody right now? So no Tyreek Hill, whatever. That looked like a gruesome injury. He's going to be done for the year. That's a tough one. Maybe his last game as a Dolphin. But I think Miami is going to go and beat Carolina. It's crazy to me that Carolina's laying points. So I'm going to take the Dolphins plus 1.5.
We're looking for entertainment.
Yes, yeah, we all are. And so are you, the viewer. And I hope we gave that to you. Don't forget, catch us on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Also on YouTube. We will see you next week. Stevie, play us out.
Hey, guys, if you guys are looking to really put a bet in, make sure y'all get on that FanDuel Canada. But before y'all do that, log in and check out the Broken Table podcast because we gonna get you right, all right? One love, and I'll see y'all next week. Remember to handle biz, have fun, and repeat. It's the Broken Table Podcast. One love.